Just Being Me podcast. Your girls, Margot and Mary. You Got the Right One, Baby. Performed by Ray Charles. You are the only one who can do it like you do it. You are the best. You have what it takes. You have the juice. You've got the power. You and only you have what you have, and nobody can take that away from you. You come from the best, the beginning, the source. You are destined to be great. You inherit a legacy of success from those who came before you. They knew you could do it too. You are the light in life. You light up the world. You make life worth living. You can't lose with the stuff you use. You are the beginning and the end of a phenomena called you. You are the one who makes the bed. You call the shots. You stand head above the crowd. That they can't hold a candle to you. When you put your mind to something, you get it done. So what are you waiting for? I am the you that can do it. All right.
Yes, nice.
I like it. I actually really love that one right now. I do. That one was a good one. Hey y'all, welcome to episode 81 of the Just Being Me podcast. We want to thank you again for tuning into the podcast. Hey there, Miss Mary. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good on this night or evening or whatever you want to call it. Waiting for the rain to come on in here.
Oh yeah. they say 2 inches.
Ooh, I want
That's gonna be a lot of rain.
It's a lot of rain, and I'm gonna be right here in the heezy. Okay.
Yes.
We want to thank you. We want to say, hey y'all, to everybody who tuned in last week, and continue to spread the word to your friends and your family about our podcast. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Castbox, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Deezer, Podcast Addicts, and Amazon Music under podcast, y'all. So, thank you. We appreciate y'all. So we're gonna just jump on into it. What you doing this weekend? Miss Mary, what did you do this weekend?
Oh, I didn't do too much of anything. I just, went to the market, did some cooking. That's about it. Paid some bills, did some shopping on Amazon.
Ooh, okay. That sounds like a good weekend.
That's about it. I didn't want to do too much of anything.
Right.
To be honest with you. But, yeah, that was my weekend pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. That sounds
what
like
about you?
That sounds like a chill weekend. My weekend was not chill.
Okay.
So I was coming off of the move, the week of the move, and
okay.
We ended up having a impromptu pop-up sample of our Pastrami On The Run menu. We invited folks over to our home. We did it in increments of 25 minutes. So we didn't have any family in the house, like mixture of people's families in our house. We did 25 minutes. You came, you tested it, you told us, you took a picture, you did a video, you told us how you liked it. If you didn't like it, everybody loved it, which was really touched me and my guys' heart that everybody did love it. And then it was out, and then the next crew of people came in, and then if we were outside waiting, they just had to wait until they finished. So it turned out really nice. And then, like the people that haven't seen my place, a couple of people were here helping us move, so they were like the first couple of people. But like my sister came by and she was able to see our place, and another one of our friends that came by, Bear, and his wife and son came by that I haven't seen in a long time. They have been quarantining, so he's like, "We good." I said, "All right, good." But it was good, and we had a really good time. And so from that, we are now going to be going up this weekend with our grand opening of Pastrami On The Run, y'all. So, yes, we will be having meals and for sale to our friends, our close friends and family that's on Facebook and Instagram and people in our lives or whatever. And people have been really ordering the items, and we're so happy about that. We're actually looking for a actual restaurant location so that we can really get this up and running. So, like I was telling Miss Mary before we got on here, it's just like a lot of prioritizing. I'm a Virgo, so I gotta have everything that's like A, B, C, D, and right now it's all scrambled up in my head. Like, okay, you got Pastrami On The Run, you got your 9-to-5 job, you got this podcast, you got 3 black girls talking, you got, it's just a lot of stuff in my head right now, and I'm like, it gets overwhelming in my head, and I have to take a step back and just breathe and know that God has put a lot of these things in my place, on my plate for a reason, and He wouldn't give me more than I can chew. You know what I'm saying? So I just need to prioritize it. I need to step back, figure it out, prioritize it so I won't overwhelm my brain, because right now my brain is overwhelmed. I mean, we just moved, still trying to get in the routine of being in a new place, and where's this and where's that? Oh, where did I put this? Where did I put that? And figuring that out, and then also trying to be successful, taking try out of my vocabulary, just being successful in the things that God has put in my path. I've asked for abundance. That's was one of the words that I use for 2021, is to have abundance of success, of life, or whatever it is. And it's January 28th, and he has been fulfilling that bucket of abundance, and I am thankful for it. So I just need to figure it out. So this weekend I'll be busy again. And I'm looking forward to it. So that was my weekend last week, and that will be my weekend this week.
I'm sure you're just fine.
Yeah. Thank you.
You'll be fine.
Thank you. I'm gonna drink some wine after we get off of here, though, cause it's like I need something to settle my brain for a minute. Really do. So that's that, though. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. We are going to just jump into it. Oh, that's not even it. Okay. Let's talk about it. I'm over here pushing too many buttons, the wrong ones. Let's talk about it. So we heard this evening, just before we came on, that Miss Cicely Tyson, iconic Cicely Tyson, has passed away. She was 96 years old. So, wow. Yeah. What a life. And she
lived a good long life.
She lived a good long life, and she was still acting. She was still acting all the way up until, probably last year or so, but she was in, Tyler Perry put her in almost in all his movies. But she was...
Yeah, she was busy. She stayed booked.
Yep. Yeah. So, she will be missed. She would definitely be missed. She's one of the famous black actresses.
So I think that makes 3 deaths for us, right? In the last 2 weeks.
Oh yeah. Who else just died? Somebody else. Hank Aaron. Oh, don't give me.
Hank Aaron died.
Yes, thank you.
And then someone else died before Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron and somebody else.
There
Yes,
was
because
somebody before Hank Aaron.
yeah, because I remember we was talking and you was like, okay, that's two right there.
Yes. Who was that died?
Somebody else did
But yeah,
pass away.
yeah, but she made 3. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She made 3.
So she will be missed. God bless
Most
her and her
definitely.
family.
Mm-hmm.
And so this weekend, this Saturday, Wendy Williams is going to be having her biopic is coming on Lifetime, and after it is like just interviews and all that stuff, and it is a highly anticipated biopic because I watch Wendy Williams. I'm a Wendy Williams fan, and I watch Wendy Williams every day, and I know that she always talks about other people's biopics. She even talked about Salt and Pepper's biopic after she had them on the show, because she had them on the show like maybe that Friday before their biopic came out, and when she came back on Monday, she was like, she didn't say she didn't like it. She said, but y'all didn't say all the stuff that I know that happened that y'all should have been talking about. So I'm like,
Oh.
She sure did. So she said hers is gonna have every. I mean, you can't, you only can say so much, but hers, she said she gonna have it all. She gonna have all that she can put in there. She is in there. So we'll see. It looked very good. The what's that? Like the review of it, or the, you know how they show the previews. The previews.
Yeah.
It looked good. It looked like she was, gonna tell it all, or tell all that she can. I mean,
Tell all that she gonna tell us all she wants us to know.
All she wants us to know for sure. But I think, and then I'm gonna tell y'all next week. I think that she's going to tell us more than what we think that she's going to tell. More than what we already know. I think that she's going to tell us more than what we already know. There's some stuff that's going to be said, I think. Just because she's so hard on other people's biopics, on what they didn't say that she knew, or even what the public knew that we would want to know more information about, or we would have wanted to know more information about, and then they didn't really discuss it. So that's what I'm waiting to see hers, to see if stuff that we do know that we want to know a little bit more about, is she going to put that in hers? That's what I want to see.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see. The Salt and Pepper had their biopic, like I said, last week. You said you didn't watch it. You didn't want to watch it?
No, I was not interested in that at all, because I kind of knew that they were not going to talk about Cinderella.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I know that they've been estranged for a little bit because, she had been with them so long and she wanted to be part of the group. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Officially, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just, for them to acknowledge her as part of the group, but they wouldn't do that, and it got real ugly at the end. But I'm like, I'm not going to watch that crap.
Yeah, I agree 100%, because I am. I'll just say I am a Salt and Pepper fan, but up until they had their show. I don't know. I can't remember what reality show they had came on, and I don't think they did their own. They had their own reality show. Salt and Pepper. Okay. And so then that kind of played out where they were like, no, Cinderella wasn't a part of the group. And,
Yeah, that was awful.
I'm like, what are you talking about? She rap with y'all? She y'all DJ? So you telling me that y'all like 1099 her? Like she was a contractor? Like what? She wasn't part of the group. She was just a fixture? Like, no. She had her jacket on. She is Cinderella, is Salt and Pepper, and Spin. I don't care how many Cinderellas y'all had. That was the last of those Cinderellas, and she was with you guys for a long time.
That's the only one I ever knew.
Yes, it was one before her, and then like Wendy Williams. Going back to Wendy Williams said they approached her back in the day before they found the real Cinderella, to be the Spinderella. And she's like, no, you'd be like, I'm not a DJ. I'm not like that, you know. So no. And then they found Spinderella, and that's all we really know. A lot of people, that's all they really know is that spin. So for them to not include her as a part of their group, that took me way back. That took me like, that's not fair. That's not fair at all.
That's not fair at all. No. And it's just so funny because it's like sisters doing that to sisters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't sit up there and say black woman empowerment and do something like that to your own sister. It's like, stop it. Just stop it. I mean, that was wrong. That was wrong.
Very wrong.
She spent a lot of time with that group.
You know what I mean?
And just to erase her.
Yes. A lot of her life. I was driving. I don't know what channel I was listening to, but they were, promoting their show, and they were talking about it. And then, so they had asked, Salt and Pepper, okay, well, what about Spinderella? And Pepper was like, oh, well, we really can't talk about that. And then so Salt had ended up saying, well, what I will say is that, we paid her off and all this. That's the way that y'all talk. Like, you guys really must have never really had a relationship with this lady, because the way that y'all talk about her now is just like she was this insert here, and when you didn't need her no more or whatever it is, you just like kind of like, okay, you're done. Your job is over. Bye. Wow. See you later. And that's not fair. It's really not. Like you said, you're supposed to be, power to the black woman and all this and all that. But then the one black woman has been down with you all this time, you just swat her away like a fly.
Right. And then, when they had their reality show, Spinderella was on it.
Spinderella was on it. She was on it.
So come on now. I mean, they probably had some words and stuff like that. And Cinderella, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they were talking, and it was Salt that kept getting mad at her. Mm-hmm. Salt kept getting mad at her. And they had some words and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then Salt was just like, she's not part of us. Mm-hmm. And it was like, she said that we were together. It was Salt and Pepper before her. Yeah. So, I mean, we didn't put her in there. She was just, the DJ and this and that. And it was like, what? Yeah. And then she started really kind of like, blackballing her, pushing her in the back and stuff like that. I remember that happened on their reality show, which was not cool at all.
Nope. And that's when I was like, okay, that's not cool. I don't like that. I didn't like to see Spinderella, the way she was trying to defend herself and, what they were saying about her, and like she was nothing. That's like having a best friend, and then you just like, you know what? I don't really care about you. Right? I don't really care about you. Just like whatever. It was that back then, but right now, you really was nothing. What? We was cool.
After the fact, that's what you say. After all the tours and all the hits and stuff, and then you go back and say, well, you wasn't really. Excuse me?
Yeah. She had to put her life on hold just as well as y'all did to perform and do all of this stuff. That's crazy. That's just a mess. So I wish Spinderella the best. I did record it, but I did not watch it for that reason. It just, once I heard them talking and promoting it in the way they kind of like shoe-flied spin, I was like, why do I want to watch this? I don't. Yeah. If you're gonna tell me the story, tell me the whole story. Don't. No, I'm good. So I'm gonna delete it. I'm not gonna even watch it. I don't really care. I don't really care about their story. I really don't.
Right.
Not without spin. Because she's a part
of it. So now,
story.
is Wendy's show coming on Saturday or Sunday?
On Saturday, the 30th.
The 30th. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow's the 29th, 30th. Okay. Yep. Okay. Cool.
On the 30th. So we'll report what happened on that one next week. Because I'm here for you, girl. I'm here for you, Wendy. So I hope that you give us what we want to see. Like you want to see, like what you say you want to see. Okay.
Right, exactly.
Let's see. That's all that I had. Yeah, that's all I have for Let's Talk, girl, because I told you that my week has been crazy. So, I know there's some other stuff that happened. I heard that Ludacris had got his car stolen. He went to the bank and left his car running and went to the ATM, left his car running, turned around, somebody stole his car.
What?
Why do you have your car running? That is crazy. You know it's hard times out here. It's hard times out here for a pimp. Yeah, well, they stole his car to Georgia.
What?
Yeah.
You leave it running and go to the ATM and you turn around and somebody driving down the street in your car. They had to watch you. They had to watch you get out the car.
They did. They was like, ooh. Oh, well, okay. Here it is. It says,
oh my goodness.
Yep. Atlanta rapper, actor Ludacris luxury car stolen as he used an ATM machine.
Luxury car, huh?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, man.
Left it on. Left that thing on. You can't leave your car running.
Can't leave it running, dude. Why would you do that?
It was a Mercedes.
Ooh.
It was a Mercedes. He was at the ATM near 8th and Peachtree Street. He told the police he left the car running while he went to get money. Why would you leave your car on? My God, he leave his car on. He told me about this story. He's like, but I'm going to start turning my... Yeah, what? Turn your car... Yeah, you got to not be leaving your car running thinking ain't nobody going to be out there just waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, they just be walking down the street and see you do that and be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Right there. Got
it.
Yeah,
you just, yeah.
Got it. Oh, that's what it said. Last month, singer Tyrese Gibson had a Range Rover stolen right out of his driveway of his home at his Buckhead home.
Oh, that's in Atlanta, too.
Yeah.
In Georgia, I'm sorry.
Uh-huh. So, y'all need to turn the engine off. It ain't that serious. Turn the engine off. Take the keys out.
I didn't know Tyrese was, he got a divorce again?
Yes, I did. I heard that a couple of weeks ago, he filed for a divorce or didn't. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That was quick.
Yeah.
I remember he got married. He eloped and got married or something.
Yeah. Not too long ago. Like what? 3-4 years?
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. So.
Good luck to you, brother.
Good luck to you, brother. All right. What you got on your soapbox?
Okay. There is not a lot of talk about this, but I just want to kind of point out some double standards here. There's not a lot of talk about this one. This one, there's two parts. The first part is about a Seattle Seahawk offensive lineman. He plays football for the Seattle Seahawks. His name is Chad Wheeler. Now, Chad beat up his girlfriend.
Okay.
Or his wife or whoever it was. Chad is only 27 years old. And what he did was he was choking her. He was strangling her. He was choking her with both hands. Then he took one of his hands, left it on her neck, put the other one covering her mouth and her nose as he held her down. She lost consciousness. Okay? We're not sure for how long, but when she woke up, he said, "Wow, you're alive."
Wow. Okay.
She got up and she ran to the restroom, locked herself in the restroom, and she called her family and she called the police. The police got there, and they said her face was all bloody and everything, and that like her arm was like just hanging there. It was dislocated. And she was just like in so much pain. They said she was just like screaming. She was in like so much pain. And they arrested him. And he bailed him. This happened the weekend. Okay, our last weekend here. And they say Chad's bail was $400,000. He bailed himself out. And now he's apologizing and everything. and just saying that, he's going to stay away from football. He's going to get himself some help and, things of that nature. But from what I understand, he had another situation like this with her in 2018. So this is like the second go round. Now, the Seahawks are not coming out to speak on anything because, as you know, it's the end of the football season. They didn't do too well, so they're not playing anymore right now. And so they were not going to renew his contract anyway. So he's officially not a Seahawk anymore. So I'm assuming that's why they haven't, spoke on it or anything.
Right.
But the problem I have with that, I really believe that had it been a black man, it would have been all over the news.
Oh,
all over the news. Now, this story was buried. I mean, you talk about on social media, on Yahoo News. You know what I mean?
Yahoo News.
You know how you,
right.
You're bored and you're just like going through your phone and you're like, let me see what's going on there.
Yeah.
So that's where that story was.
Wow.
Which was very strange, right?
Yes.
That was very strange. I think that's not fair.
No, not at all. Because like you said, if it was a black man and we would have
been tired of looking at it. It would
breaking
all
news.
Over the news. They would have pictures of him. They would have pictures of her.
Yep.
They would have him in cuffs.
Yep.
They would have all that. They would have had her bloody face.
Yep.
All that.
Yep.
They would have been trying to interview her family and the friends that she phoned, in that bathroom. I mean, so, girl, please.
Yep. It sure
would. They
would
would have all that stuff there.
Yep.
Now, there was another situation this week that happened with the stock market. Did you hear about that one?
No. What happened?
Okay, I mean, I really don't know like the terminology and things like that. But this is what I understand it to be. Okay, so some companies are not doing well right now, like AMC, for instance, the movie theater, and GameStop. They're not doing very well right now.
Dang, and GameStop seem like they should be popping.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, people thought they were very expensive, kind of like a ripoff when you can go and get the stuff online or whatever.
Right.
I guess so. GameStop kind of had that type of reputation.
Okay.
But anyway, so what happened on this website called Reddit? You can go on there and you can actually have an idea. Okay. And you can just say, it would be so cool if we would just, go in and, borrow all these stocks from people that have stocks in, GameStop or AMC or whatever. And then we could help them and, raise the stock, the stock numbers on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they did. They raised it from 37 to like over 300. Oh. You know what I mean? And the stock numbers. Okay. But what happened was everybody got upset, especially the billionaires and the millionaires. Okay. Because they didn't like the way that they were doing all this trading and how, the wealthy people start losing their money. You know what I mean? Now, these are young folks, millennials. These are the young cats, right? Okay. So now Reddit has went and actually deleted, all of the messages that came out of getting something like this put together, because what happens is Reddit is like a website to where somebody has an idea and then you put it out there and then people, they kind of start following you and they start doing it and they get the word spread it out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just like what happened with the Capitol, with everybody storming the Capitol or whatever and all those people coming together.
Right.
That started on Reddit. That started on that website.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and it just built and everybody got involved and everybody showed up. That's what that website is about. Taking an idea and then everybody coming in and getting it. And that's how everybody get the information from this website about what's going on. And they want to get involved. Okay. So what happened, all these rich people were getting mad because these young folks was kind of manipulating the stock market and doing all this stuff, right? Which was not legal.
Right.
It was not legal, right? But they wasn't ready for it. You know what I mean? And they were mad because it went through Reddit and everybody got involved and, start messing with their money and their numbers. So what they did was Reddit slammed it, shut it down. So there's no more communication about it.
Oh, wow.
So nobody can get involved and nobody's doing nothing anymore because
Right.
they shut it down. But here's the double standard. When that whole thing was happening with the Capitol and all those people were communicating and planning this whole thing to go there to Washington, okay, planning to go there, you didn't shut that down.
Right. You just let it go through, and that's why what happened happened.
Through,
yeah.
And that's how come it actually happened.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It was really crazy.
Right.
But I mean, where's the fairness in that? These are just stocks. They're not doing anything illegal.
Right. Right.
Storming the Capitol and going in there.
That should have been shut down.
That's
like
illegal.
As soon as the first person put that in there, like, let's storm the Capitol, that should have been like,
And then everybody got on board, and everybody started messaging, and everybody, taking these flights, they booking these flights, and everybody said they're going to show up and everything like that.
Right.
That should have been shut down from day one.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're going to shut down, this information and the guy's idea about the stock market, just trying to get some stock in these companies that are really failing right now.
Right.
Because he just kind of wanted to turn it around. It's just like one of those old Robin Hood stories. You know what I mean? Shaking up the rich to help the poor. You know what I mean? These poor companies out here. You know what I mean? And they so uncomfortable with it or whatever. And they put the pressure, so Reddit just slammed it. It's no more. He's not allowing them to communicate anymore. But you didn't have that same energy, when they were storming the Capitol, though.
Right.
And they were communicating that and setting that whole thing up.
Right.
That's a double standard.
Like, what was the benefit?
I just think that is so unfair. The way, okay, but this can happen, but this can't happen.
Right.
But we're gonna do something about this, but we're gonna let this go. We're gonna do this, we're gonna let this go.
Right.
It's just unbelievable. I just don't understand that. Those double standards. I mean, and we as a people can really attest to that.
Yeah.
Because it's always been a double standard for us.
Yeah, for sure. We really got to walk a fine line, because we know if Bob over here did it and we do the same thing that Bob did, we're not going to get the same penalty as Bob did.
Oh, no, they're not even coming for Bob.
No.
They're not even looking at Bob.
They ain't looking at Bob, but they looking at you. They're looking to hang your ass up. Throw away the key, lock it. No.
Yeah, they looking for Barbara Jean.
Not Barbara Jean. They was like, where Barbara Jean at?
Yep.
Okay, Barbara Jean.
That's who they looking for.
In trouble.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
Just crazy information. And when I was hearing about this and reading about it, I'm like,
Right.
that don't sound fair.
Right.
Oh, wow. Okay, it's very blatant. It's just it's really crazy. I was just like, wow.
Yeah,
and
that's
I also
interesting.
Heard today that in Georgia, Georgia did so well with the absentee ballots being sent in and everything, to the point to where we won 2 seats. You know what I mean? We won 2 seats.
Yes.
So now what they want to do, and this is Georgia, because we're going back to this voter oppression, right? They want to hold us back again because they mad.
Right.
They mad because we were able to do this. So now what they're saying is that in order for you to send in your ballots now, you're going to have to send not only one, but you're going to have to send in 2 copies of your identification with a signature on it before you send in your ballot. If you
got an ID, y'all need to go to the DMV and figure out that information, because we...
Right. Exactly. But see, here's the thing. But see, what they're trying to do is they trying to stop us from voting because they're so scared, because now they see we got that power. And we know we got the power in numbers.
Yeah.
So what they're trying to see, because you know what, you having problems at the poll and you having us wait in line for 3 and 5 hours. So what we do is we just send our ballots in or whatever, and our votes are going to count. So you can just keep your lines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we're going to vote. You know what I mean? But we're not going to stand in the lines, but, we can always mail our votes in.
Yeah.
So now they know that we got smart and we did that. And
right.
We still won.
And it worked.
So now they're saying that you're going to have to make copies of your ID and send 1 in. But not just 1, but you're going to have to send 2 in. And then here's the catcher. A lot of old folks, they retired folks, where are you going to get a copy of her from?
Yeah.
See, they try to throw all of the obstacles in your way to stop you from voting because they know that your vote matters.
Yeah.
See, and that's what these young people need to understand. Your vote does matter, because if it didn't matter,
Right.
they wouldn't put all these obstacles in our way when we try to get to the poll.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? So now it's just like the people in Georgia, they have to get smart, and they will. They're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
They're going to figure it out. And again, we're going to win the next election, and the
Right.
next election, and the next election.
Right.
Until all you guys are dead and buried in the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay? So how long do you think that you're going to oppress us into this? You know what I mean? You guys are such oppressors. It's just ridiculous.
Right. Yeah.
But you know what? You guys are going to be dead. You're going to be buried or whatever, and everything is going to change. Everything's going to change. But we're going to fight you until that day.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Yeah.
going to keep fighting until that day, because we're going to keep voting. We're going to keep going to the polls. We're going to keep sending in those ballots. No matter what you do or what you say,
Right.
we're going to overcome everything you throw at us.
Right.
Because we're that little weed that won't die.
We won't die. We keep on coming up. I don't care what you try to spray on us.
We keep coming up. We keep coming up in your garden.
Yep.
We're not going nowhere
No.
until you acknowledge us and get out the way.
Yeah. Our roots are deep. Our roots are
They're deep.
so deep.
They're deep. Absolutely.
As soon as you think you pulled one up, oh, it's coming. It's another one coming up right
There's another
behind
one
it.
coming.
It's
There's
right
another one
behind
coming.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
That's all I have.
Of course I have a rant. Like I said, I've been wanting to rave about something, but y'all ain't giving me nothing to rave about, because every time I turn on the news or I turn on social media and I see stuff, it's always a rant. So this is a rant this week. So here we go. Young people and some of y'all old heads, is it that important for you to shake your ass at a super spreader event? Like, every time I turn on the news every night, they are busting these parties, these warehouse parties, where y'all just have to go out here and party, dance, drink, smoke, whatever it is. You just need to get out of the house and party. And I don't understand that you don't understand that it's still a pandemic. It's still, COVID is still here. And then when they show your dumb face on the screen, you got either no mask on, you're not wearing the mask right, you joking, you put the mask on your eyes, you walk around like, what happened? You just look so stupid and dumb. They have y'all on film and you look dumb. Like, I don't understand. So I continue. Why are y'all having parties in these warehouses? Is socializing with folks you don't know more important than bringing COVID back home to your family? Your mom, your dad, your siblings, your grandparents. And for us black and brown folks, we have the highest numbers of death. But that don't matter to you as long as you can shake your ass and drink with those you have no ties to. That's cool. Now, with that understanding, I don't want to see any GoFundMe pages popping up talking about help my family because they died due to COVID. And I don't want to get off of the freeway and see you and your family holding a picture of your mama asking with a little cup in your hand asking for help to bury her. It's just like, I don't get it. It's really sad. It's very stupid of you to be out here jeopardizing your family's life. For what?
Family and friends.
Family and friends and your if there's people, like, just turn the music on in your car, take a beer down there. Don't drive off. Just go in your parking lot, turn your music up, get you a bottle of wine, whatever your drink is, and party like it's 1999, and then take your ass back up in the house. Like, I don't get why you need to be out here like this. It just doesn't make sense at all whatsoever. I don't get it. So
yeah. And like you said, you know what? You can even sit in your garage and have your little drink, and you can have your music blowing all loud as you want to in there, grooving by yourself. You know what I mean? Have your wife in there, your woman in there with you. You know what I mean? You ain't got to go nowhere.
You ain't got to go nowhere with these people that you don't even know. You don't even know these people, but yet you jeopardizing your family's life because you want to go smoke some weed and pass it and drink, and you can drink after me and over here dancing and sweating. No, with no mask on. Get out of here. Get out of here. So, again, there's my rant, and I hope you guys decide to think about it. So I did watch some reality, but I didn't have any takeaways from it because this season of reality shows that I watch are kind of all really boring. I watch them because I'm invested, but they're all pretty much the same storyline, and the storylines in this season or episodes of reality shows are stupid. Like right now it's just dumb. It's nothing original. It's just over the top and stupid. So I have nothing to report. Bullshit and beauty. We didn't do a bullshit and beauty, but I do want to say that this is the week that Kobe and his daughter and the other individuals passed away on the helicopter. This is the anniversary week. And that's the bullshit, but the beauty is that they have a lot of people who love them, and I'm glad to see that on the news they didn't just highlight Kobe and his daughter. They highlighted all of the people who passed away. They were, they had people who loved them too. And so, I'm glad to see that they had all of the people represented, and they went and they talked to their families and went to go see how they were doing and all that stuff. So, rest in peace, all 9 of those individuals that passed away. And prayers for their family, because I know it's hard. One of the stories, I can't remember the name, I'm sorry. But one of the stories that had touched me is the one that last name was with an M. It was the coach, the assistant coach. She had 3 kids, and they had a little story that they did on the husband. And so he said one of his friends had called him when the helicopter had crashed. And he said, "Hey, are you okay?" And he was like, "Yeah." He said, "Where's I want to call her Christina. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at it because I was going to talk about this, but I forgot." But they had he asked about his wife, and he said, "No, what are you talking about?" And they said, "Well, the helicopter had crashed." And he was like, "Oh my gosh," and he fell on the ground. And so they had 3 kids. So he went into the other room, and he just said, I just told him that their mom is not coming home. Like, I didn't know any other way to say it than to just say it. Your mom is not coming home. Your mom passed away, pretty much. And so he said that at that time, that's when COVID started hitting, like right after that. That's when, and then all 4 of them got COVID. Him and his kids got COVID. So that kind of brought them closer together, but it kind of, nobody could come to them. So they're grieving right now. So he couldn't have his parents and people come and, try to console them all because they had COVID. And the pandemic was happening. So they wouldn't even had anybody anyway. So he got through it, and he is a musician in a group in Orange County, and he had some inspiration, and he made a song about his wife, and it was so sweet. It was 2 songs he made. It was so sweet. I was putting my makeup on, getting ready to go to work, and he started singing that song. And I was like, "Man, don't do it. I'm trying to put makeup on, and my eyes start turning red. I'm like, oh, God. I'm almost done with my makeup. You about to make me mess it up." But it was very touching, and it was very sweet. So,
wow, that was really nice.
It was.
Really nice. It was. Now, from what I understand, Kobe's wife, she did not want any, how they they do a little something for him,
Mm-hmm.
contribute or, just anything. She said that she don't want to deal with that this year
I don't blame her. I wouldn't
because,
either.
it was just too much for her. And, it's still hard for her and she's still trying to deal with it. So she didn't want the team to do anything, and she was just hoping that a lot of stuff wasn't done. She didn't care about the fans. She knew the fans were going to do it anyway.
Right.
But she just said, the organizations and stuff like that. She said, no, please don't do it.
I heard that.
Yeah. And, I understand that because she's dealing with a lot too. I mean, let's face it, she got to deal with her mama.
Yeah. Girl. Girl. Mama trying to get money. Girl, mama, can I grieve me and my girls? Can we? It ain't even been a whole year and you over here with your hands out. Get back.
Saying that Kobe, and the terrible thing is she's saying Kobe said he was going to take care of me.
No. I don't care what you talking about. Kobe said. Right.
You're the mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law.
Why would you make that promise to you?
In-law,
yeah. Why would you make that promise to you?
No.
That your daughter didn't even know about? Come on.
Yeah. That's your mother. That's her mother. So why wouldn't Kobe be like, you know what? I'm gonna take care of your mama for the rest of her life, just in case anything happens to me. I want you to know. If he gonna tell you that, I would definitely tell the person that's gonna be holding the purse strings.
Exactly, and wouldn't it be noted somewhere?
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. If it's not in writing, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Okay.
It just didn't happen. And like she said in the interview, she said that her mother did not take care of the kids or anything like that. She babysitted a few times at most.
And that's what grandmas do.
That she wasn't there all the time for the kids and everything. So I mean, she wasn't there no more than any other grandmother.
Right. Vanessa and Kobe took care of their kids. She didn't work.
They took care of their kids. She didn't work. And I'm sure that with all the friends that they had, they didn't have to worry about that. They got money for a nanny. They didn't need grandma. Are you kidding me?
Right. Right. So, yeah. So I don't blame her for not wanting all of that. And that is so sad that her mom is putting her through this at this time. It's right now a year, and that was going on. You talking about that at the end of the year of last year. She talking about putting her hands out for money. Like, what, girl, if you don't sit back somewhere, that's her mama. So of course, if it's something with that relationship, because that's your mom, you gonna take care of your mom. So obviously, it's something with that relationship. But for you to then turn around and do that, then it's really gonna be something with our relationship because you got me all out here trying to make me look crazy, but I don't feel crazy because you're looking crazy, not me. So go on with your get on.
Please. See what money does to people?
Yep. It turns you evil.
Her own mother.
Yes. Yep. So, all right, y'all. This is it, y'all. You made it to the end of episode 81 of Just Being Me podcast. Thank you guys so very much for listening and supporting our podcast. We will be back next week. Next week is February. Okay, this month went by pretty fast. Here we go.
It really did. It is February next month already.
Yeah. Here we go. The downhill slope of 2021. So let's just make the best of it, and I just pray that this COVID thing is lifted and floats away, hopefully by the middle of this year, so that people can enjoy the summer and get out there. Y'all super spreaders can really party if you want to party because it's and I don't think we can go through another year of this. I mean, another year would be. I mean, that would be just. I mean, dead awful. Yeah, it would. Because it's been a year already, and I don't think we can do it another year. No. I really don't. So y'all keep because people want to get back to life, and let's face it, life is not going to be like it once was. It's not going to go back to that. Yes. Ever. No. But we would like a little bit more freedom. Yes. I mean, you know what I mean? Yes. For sure. And things to open up a little bit, you know what I mean? So we can kind of have a life and breathe and the kids can go to school. Yes. But
I'm just going to pray that everybody stays safe. If you get a chance to get the vaccine, please get it.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure your parents, your grandparents, your aunt and uncles get them.
Yeah.
And that'll help, them. And then as soon as they get it and everything, and everybody's covered there, and then it can trickle down to us and we can get it.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we can get a hold of this thing.
Yep, please. I'm saying by the middle of the year, let's get this first 6 months of this year with everything we need to get done so that we can have fun and do what we want to do the last 6 months of the year.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right, y'all. So we'll see y'all next week.
Be safe.
Yes. Put your mask on and stop partying.
Wash those hands.
Wash them nasty hands.
And stay out of people's face.
Okay. All right, y'all. Bye.
Good night. Good night.